Councilor Roberts isn't here this evening.
I know, he usually is the one that rushes the. Item number 5.
Planning Licenses and Development Committee report relative to a request to serve alcohol at Heberton Hall. On a vote of 4 to 0, the Planning Licenses and Development Committee recommends that Michael Rafferty be granted permission to serve alcohol on city property located at Heberton Hall on September 6th in conjunction with a private function and subject to the following: the customary licensing requirements of the City Council, obtainment of all necessary permits and licenses, in compliance with all laws, that alcohol be dispensed by a licensed caterer or in accordance with the terms and conditions of a one-day license issued by the New Hampshire Liquor Commission. Signed, David C. Richards.
Councilor Richards.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move the intent of the committee report.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilor Richards.
Thank you. Mike Rafferty addressed the committee. This is a request to serve alcohol at Heberton Hall for a birthday party. All city requirements having been met, the Planning Licenses and Development Committee unanimously recommends granting this request.
Are there any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. Number 6.
Planning Licenses and Development Committee report relative to a request to discharge fireworks. On a vote of 4 to 0, the Planning Licenses and Development Committee recommends the Keene Swamp Bats be granted permission for the discharge of Class B fireworks on Thursday, July 3rd, on Alumni Field at no later than 10 p.m., subject to the customary licensing requirements of the council, that a signed letter of permission from SAU 29 be submitted for use of their property, and that a Class B fireworks permit be obtained. In addition, the petitioner agrees to comply with all recommendations of the Keene Fire Department and the Keene Police Department, as well as the petitioner agrees to absorb the cost of any new city services over and above the amount of city funding allocated in the FY15 community events budget. Signed, David C. Richards.
Councilor Richards.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move the intent of the committee report.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilor Richards.
Kevin Waterston, president of the Keene Swamp Bats, presented this request. It's a request to have fireworks on Alumni Field on July 3rd. Let's hope they win, unlike the last time they had fireworks. This request is a recognized city community event. All city requirements having been met, the Planning Licenses and Development Committee unanimously recommends granting this request.
Are there any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. Number 7.
Finance Organization and Personnel Committee report relative to the Keene Energy and Agricultural Project Development Agreement. On a vote of 4 to 0, the Finance Organization and Personnel Committee accepts the presentation as informational. And further, on a vote of 4 to 0, the Finance Organization and Personnel Committee recommends that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to negotiate a development agreement together with such other agreements as may be required with a local farms project to design, construct, and operate the Keene Energy and Agricultural Project to be located at the city solid waste facility. Signed, Mitch Greenwald.
Councilor Greenwald.
Your Honor, I move to carry into the committee report.
Thank you.
Council Roberts here. Thank you, Bill. Okay, this issue is regarding, you've heard about it on the radio, the use of the landfill gas to also grow fish and also grow lettuce and other crops. Very important concept. This is to negotiate a development agreement. There's a lot of questions to be asked and answered before this actually occurs. One of the questions that I asked was, will this involve public money? And the answer to that was no. So hopefully that will continue, but within the development agreement, we'll hear more. This is being built, would be built with private funds. There is a federal grant of $500,000 that helps to make this happen. It's a good renewable energy project, and creates good food, as well as making use of otherwise toxic waste gas. So again, the Finance Organization and Personnel Committee heard the presentation from Mr. Don McCormick, and we are recommending that the city manager go forward, negotiate, and bring back an agreement.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Councilor Duffy.
Thanks, Your Honor. I just would like to add a little bit to Councilor Greenwald's comments. The reason why there is no public money being spent, money from the city, is that in 2010, the city of Keene received a climate showcase grant, one of 50 communities in the country that is awarded a grant. We were awarded $500,000, and places like larger metropolitan areas we were competing with or applying for the same pool of money. Also, this is a really, not only does it seem innovative, it's actually a very practical, renewable, producing no waste, zero waste project, or very little. I want to highlight in the background notes, Mayor Lane asked a great question: how much water would the aquaculture part of the project require, where there's going to be fish raised? And Mr. McCormick stated that the entire rooftop is a water catchment, and the facility itself is designed to include water treatment and storage. So there are going to be tanks of water going in and out to keep the fish alive. Every drop of rain will be used. Mr. McCormick also noted a single rain event will produce about 90,000 gallons of water, which is more than the facility will use for 4 months. A water truck will be purchased for the first time, and then it will be self-sufficient. Not only is this an outstanding workable model, types of projects like this already exist and are working. It's going to create 25 to 30 jobs, and it will help maintain our reputation for daring to build a future for our children and grandchildren. Because believe it or not, if they're going to survive, and this is my opinion, they may survive, but if they want any hope to have a peaceful coexistence within their own community, a way of life where they don't have to scratch and starve and abuse each other just to get on top, we have to go this way. It's pretty clear with our with climate change, with diminishing resources, with severe, our ecology, our economic system is straining and will collapse if we don't do more of this. So I'm very happy for that reason. That's the main reason I'm happy about this project, along with all the other things, because it will be a concrete model on how we can all get along a lot better. Thank you.
Council Jones.
Thank you, Your Honor. I remember seeing the original presentation, must have been 3 or 4 years ago, when it was first presented to the City Council. And I'm so glad this is moving along. I see this as a positive step strategically, positive step ecologically, and a positive step economically. I certainly look forward to hearing from the city manager after negotiations are done and hearing how this is all going to work out. And I think this is a very positive thing.
Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. Number 8.
Finance Organization and Personnel Committee report relative to acceptance of a donation. On a vote of 4 to 0, the Finance Organization and Personnel Committee recommends the donation of signage from the Monadnock Cycling Club be accepted, and that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to execute the encroachment agreement with the New Hampshire Department of Transportation. So, Mitch Greenwald.
Council Greenwald.
Your Honor, I move to carry out the intent of the committee report.
Second. It has been moved and seconded. Council Greenwald.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll try to keep this item a little briefer. This is also non-controversial and a very good thing for the city. The Monadnock Cycling Club, Dave Bergeron, came to us with this program to locate 13 signs concerning bicycle safety along the various streets and state highways. The total donation totals $2,533. So the city needs to enter into an agreement with the Department of Transportation to install and maintain these signs. The city will install the signs. The Finance Organization and Personnel Committee thinks it's a good idea and urges that we go forward with this.
Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. Number 9.
Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee report relative to the summer children's shows. On a vote of 4-0, the Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee recommends the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to execute agreements with Gary Gerard, Mad Science, and Andrew Bernard, who will be performing this summer at the Recreation Center. Signed by Mitch Greenwald.
Council Greenwald.
Move to carry out the intent of the committee report.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Council Greenwald.
Thank you, Your Honor. Megan Spalding, our recreation programmer, has brought the summer children's shows. This will be going on through the summer, obviously. In August, there's also a one-week science camp. One of the longtime favorites is Gary the Silent Clown. So that should be very interesting. Maybe we can come to the council meeting. But anyway, Finance, Organization, Personnel Committee suggests that we go forward with this and hopes that
Any further questions or comments? Council Jones.
Your Honor, I don't know how he's gonna do it, but I certainly look forward to the city manager negotiating with a silent clown.
I think he does that regularly.
That's what he has 2 hands for. Are there any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? I think it's unanimous. Number 10.
Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee report relative to acceptance of the donation. On a vote of 4-0, the Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee recommends the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to accept a donation of $1,470 and that the money be used for the Recreation Department's Summer Playground Scholarship Fund. Signed, Mitch Greenwald.
Council Greenwald.
move to carry out the intent of the committee report.
It's been moved and seconded. Council Greenwald.
Thank you, Your Honor. Parks and Recreation Department held their annual activity night on Friday, May 30th for middle school students. It's an annual fundraiser for this scholarship program. $1470 will be deposited into the Parks and Recreation Program scholarship account. If you all agree that this is a good thing to do, as the Finance Committee would recommend.
Are there any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. 11.
Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee report relative to the acceptance of